Hey guys, Bushcraft family back again with another video. And this one you may want to pay attention to a little bit. Some of the things that we talk about may get you noticed, even if you're in the chat and you just say hi and stuff. Not saying it's in my chat or others' chats, but you never know. There are 3-letter agencies. Hopefully, this doesn't set anything off, but the CIA, DIA, the NSA, FBI, DHS, and even the IRS now. Are they watching you? Are they checking you out? Are they tracking what you're doing and things like that? People who are prepared, self-reliant, don't have the best relationship with our lovely government, which kind of, yeah, we don't trust. And it just goes to show that the government loves their people, us people, to depend on them for everything. And as preppers, survivalists, we don't. We like to rely on ourselves, you know. We don't want to have to wait for the government to give us a handout to make it to the next day, or rely on them for food and water and all that stuff. Chances are, if you're a prepper or in that category, and if you joined anything like online discussion groups or YouTube lives or anything like that, or done anything that might attract attention from the government, you might be under surveillance. And that's the truth. There had been lots of reports of people who talked out about things going on in schools. You know, these people had their names added to certain lists within the government. And if you are under surveillance, it's probably a good idea that you know about this, and know what to watch out for, and what some things you can do. I don't know if it's would make a difference or anything, but it's better to do than just have it done, if you know what I mean. So let's go ahead and get to it. Bugging. Yes, there's many ways that people are bugged nowadays. You have things that you're in your home that could be used as bugging devices, but getting through your electronic devices is most modern way agencies will monitor you. But it's a long way from being the only one. Intelligence officers also like to use microphones and cameras and to collect all their information, that kind of thing. Technology has made it to where the smallest little thing could be hidden within anything that you have, like TVs, these smart refrigerators, and things like this. Not to mention, um, the devices could be anywhere, uh, and it's not really apparent sometimes to how small these things are. Their cameras can be no bigger than a point of a pencil. Microphones are even harder to detect. Um, and it's things that you have to notice about your house that, and I'm not trying to freak everybody out telling you what could be in your house or anything like that, or if you're even on a list for any of this stuff. But these are things that you would want to know about in case you never know. You could have just said the one magic word that made a team come and put these devices in your home. You don't know that. Or they have other ways of listening to you and made it their point to put these in your homes or something like this. Um, Look for, scratches in the paint, or moving of furniture that wasn't quite in that spot, and things like that. Those are some of the stuff that you would, you know, want to look at. And there are many, many ways, and it doesn't have to be, government things. It's other people are being surveyed. Uh, Look at all this that went on with the Apple AirTags. Um, there were a lot of things, vehicles being tracked for just the vehicle, so they know where it is to where they can go steal it and things like that. These are all things that you should be paying attention to, because all you would have to do is search your Bluetooth and, oh, an Apple iTag. Why is that on my list of Bluetooth things? And then you would be extremely worried that you're being surveyed. And like I said, it could just be an ex-boyfriend, or somebody after the vehicle, or worse. So these are things that you need to pay attention to. And there's always those who may be physically surveyed. Um, Black vans, black SUVs, strange vans down the street that you don't normally see. And it's this day and time, there are so many people that are within their own bubble. They don't see anything that's out there. And I talk about it all the time, is get out of that little technology bubble to where all you're doing is looking at your phone, and you don't see anything outside your bubble. You always, when you leave and when you're coming home and everything, you always pay attention to the vehicles. When you go to the store, you always pay attention to people that might be following you. You pay attention to people around that could be around the vehicles or just acting weird. That, you know, has nothing to do with if a 3 letter agency may be keeping an eye on you or something. You always have to be alert of what's around your surroundings. And a lot of these agencies are very trained to fit into their surroundings to where you don't pay attention to them. Um, just the way walking down the road, um, you see somebody following behind you, so you take a different route to see if they follow you, and it could be a few different people involved in this surveillance. So just because that one person turns off and goes another way, another one just might be picking up the trail again, you know. So you always pay attention to this stuff. And it's not like they're going to be wearing, the FBI jacket or anything like that. There's other things you have to pay attention to. Um, you want to make sure uh, wherever you're going and stuff, if you notice the same vehicles or um, you you notice strange behaviors and things like that, some of the things you should pay attention to. And if you do, what do you do? I mean, we live in this country. It's something that might be happening to a lot of us, especially that we watch all this stuff, that we get all this information that's on the internet, and we know there are some sketchy stuff going on out there. And if we talk about it with our neighbors or, somebody online, or we comment about a certain video or something, um, are we put on a list? And do they, from time to time, check up on you to see if what you're doing and stuff like that? Another thing is knowing your computers and your mobile devices. Um, like I said, with the Bluetooth stuff, noticing when there are new connections to your Bluetooth, noticing when there are new connections on your Wi-Fi, making sure that when you leave the house that you disable your Wi-Fi, you disable your Bluetooth. Um, yeah, there are, technology. You want to listen to your radio through your Bluetooth and this and that, or speakers and things like that. But you want to be careful, and it doesn't even have to be, the government or anything. There are other people out there that will survey you just to see if you can. It's easy. You're an easy target or something. And these are things that you want to check on your cell phone, your tablets. Your things in your vehicle. There are devices in your vehicles that are Bluetooth enabled, to where you don't turn that stuff off. As soon as you turn your car on, it pops up, and you don't know if there's somebody tracking your whereabouts, what direction you're going. Already, your cell phone is tracking uh, how far you go each day, where you go. Um, if you have stuff enabled like this on your cell phone, if you go to the store, say you're going to Walmart, but sound effect, but your cell phone goes off and says, "Welcome to Walmart. How may we help you? We can scan things for you and this and that and all that stuff. Welcome back. You just went to, so and so store and all this stuff. Um, you just ate at this restaurant, and by the time you leave, it's telling you, oh, you just had a meal at so and so. Will you leave a review? All of this stuff is being tracked, and like I said, I'm not trying to paranoid anybody or anything like this, because if it happens, there's nothing you can really do. There are some ways to prevent, like the cell phone and turning that stuff off and turning the smart stuff off within your vehicle. um, Other things within your home and stuff. And you should already be to where you notice things out of place in your neighborhood, in at your house, and things like that. You should already be alerted if your lamp is moved and you're like, huh, oh, it must be the cat or the dog moved it. Check it out. Make sure that's not what it is. Um, and if it is, you can always go to your local uh, law enforcement and report it. It may just, you never know. That's what I'm trying to get at. And as far as your computers and stuff, there's VPNs and security measures that you can do to lock things up. Nothing's going to be 100%. Even if it is government that's surveilling you, um, there's not much you can do about it. They have more money and resources uh, than you do, basically. So, but it's good to know if somebody is watching. You know what I mean? Even if it is some weirdo down the street, you would want to know somebody's keeping an eye on you. And that's the main thing. Stop being in a bubble and notice things that are going on around you. Until next time, God bless.